What is up, guys? Shedelva here. I'm making a second coffee video. I know, just let that sink in for a second. It's nice. It's nice. I'm actually following through with an idea. This is my second video, my second coffee video. I might make a third one. I know. I know. It might be safe to start getting your hopes up again. I know. Yeah. Just soaking it. Anyways, so what I wanted to talk about today, when I have a kitty rubbing into my microphone. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Maybe we can talk about Warlords of Draenor over kitties instead of coffees. Oh, yes. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about today was Warlords of Draenor. Warlords of Draenor launched yesterday at 2 a.m. My friends and I, we've been really excited for this launch. We've been ready for it. I requested yesterday and today off from work like 3 months ago. Super excited, really prepared. Some stuff happened in my personal life where, you know, my mom came into town on Tuesday, so I didn't really get a chance to enjoy the launch like I wanted to. I was basically really exhausted by the time I got home on Thursday. It was like midnight when I sat down and, you know, started preparing, getting all of my tunes over to the portal, all of my 90s ready to go. And then I decided it would be a great idea to take a nap at like 1 a.m. And just hope that when my guildies called that I would wake up, and I didn't. I slept right through the launch. I didn't wake up until like 5:30 in the morning, and I was like, ah, fuck. You know, that sucks. But apparently I didn't miss much. Basically, like every other expansion, there was a lot of server lag, you know, lots of bugs. There was, you know, you couldn't click on certain NPCs, get your garrison started, things like that. There's a lot of issues. And the reason why I'm making this coffee video is because my friend Gil posted on his gaming page and tagged me in it, wanting to know my input. Basically about an article touching on the Warlords of Draenor launch, talking about how Blizzard confirmed a DDoS attack. So what the article talks about is the reason for all of the instance servers timing out, which may cause impacted dungeon access, continent server issues, which result in player not found and disconnection issues, and garrison server issues, which are resulting in phasing and performance issues, all being the aftermath of a DDoS attack. That is what they're saying the launch day Warlords of Draenor issues are. Gil, his take on it is that he posted a reply to this article, and it basically, the article has him thinking whether or not devs are just using DDoS attacks as a cop-out for poor estimates on server traffic for launch day. I guess on their side of the fence, you know, it's very possible. It's definitely a possibility that it could have been a DDoS attack. You know, there's plenty of people with too much time on their hands. You know, endless knowledge on the internet. You're safe behind a computer screen. You're anonymous. You're very able. You're very able to do things like this, and it is a definite possibility. However, it's not unusual for launch days for any game to be this way, to be laggy, or to have issues or bugs or anything like that. And so his question was, do we have the right to know what is really causing the pressure? Are we just feeling entitled to this kind of information as consumers of the product? And do we think that devs and publishers are using DDoS attacks as kind of a cover to kind of hide behind for poor launch days, you know, in 2014. My take on it's kind of hard to say, because since I didn't actually experience any of these bugs, I can't really give like a full opinion on it. Like I said, I slept through it. My mom was in town. I really have been on Warlords of Draenor twice for maybe like 2 hours over the last day. Over the last 24 hours, I've been on for 2. And I didn't have any issues while I was there. There were really no problems other than minor lag, you know, from a few people still trickling on through the beginning quests. But I do know that as I was waiting at the portal and getting all of my tunes to the portal, there was really heavy lag per expected. Anybody who's ever launched a game before, especially those of you who launched Call of Duty, I know exactly, like, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, because Call of Duty is exactly this way, and it's the best example that I can give you. Anything that has a multiplayer platform for people to get on will always underestimate the server limits for launch day. Launch days are the one day, the absolute first day, that the most people will get on and play, as far as like at one time, like one specific allotted time. I'm not saying that there won't be more people, you know, playing, more people who buy the game later on. I just mean at one time, all at once, all trying to do the same thing. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare just launched a couple of weeks ago, and the first few days was nothing but complaining about how bad server problems are, about how people with great fucking connections are getting red bars, they're lagging through bullets, typical Call of Duty stuff, yes, but in mass numbers. And the reason for that is because it's launch day. You had X million people signing on to Xbox Live or onto this MMO, all trying to play at once. You know, you got regular lag because your system, or really just because like the graphics of it all can't handle that many active players in one area. So you have that regular lag. Plus you have all the servers getting overloaded because you have massive amounts of people trying to do all of the same things at once. So is it okay to just like be like, oh, well, let's blame it on something else because we underestimated this? I don't think so, but I also don't see where someone would just be like, yeah, no, we're going to do that, instead of just admitting that, you know, we underestimated our servers. Whereas, you know, it's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. Someone could just easily admit, you know, like, we underestimated our servers. It happened. You know, we can try to fix it, but chances are we won't, because every single multiplayer game launch is the exact same way for the first week. They have to make adjustments. They have to deal with it, and as people slowly fall out, it gets a little bit easier and the load gets lighter. So the reason that I might say yay or nay to a DDoS attack is a few weeks ago, actually it was a couple of months ago, while in Pandaria, my server, I don't know if it was every server, or if it was like just a few servers, or maybe my server, but I know it was my server, quite possibly could have gotten hit by a DDoS attack. And the reason why I say this is because there was a lot of that being thrown around, simply because, you know, there were a lot of really weird bugs going on, and all at once, and it lasted a few days, and then it stopped, and there were no issues. So what happened was, I was in Pandaria, I was in Half Hill, and I was farming my cooking. 0 to 600, totally easy in Half Hill. Everybody does it. Well, maybe not everybody, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so I'm in Half Hill, I'm farming my cooking, getting it to 600, and just out of nowhere, like, I get kicked from the server, and it's like the last 10 minutes didn't happen. All of the gold that I just spent was gone. However, I didn't have any of the items that I bought, nothing. Like, I didn't have any of the fish, or the golden carp that I fished up, nothing. Anyways, so I sign back in, and it happens again. And then it happens again, and then it happens again. Then, you know, it just progressively starts getting worse. You know, you buy your recipes, and, you know, you get your fishing, and your cooking to a certain level, and then, you know, it takes you back 10 levels because, you know, that 10 minutes didn't just happen. You're still losing gold. All of those things that you just bought are gone, but, you know, your gold's still the same amount. I lost a lot of gold, and I made a lot of angry tweets about it, as it was kind of happening. But then, you know, it started getting worse and worse and worse. You know, people couldn't sign in. You know, it would say that they're still logged in, but it kicked them off, so player not found, or, you know, character's already active. People get stuck in loading screens. It was just a constant thing for a few days. You know, like constant server drops, things like that. Very, very consistent with DDoS attacks on MMOs. So now they're saying, in this specific article, it says, continent server issues, which are resulting in player not found and disconnection issues. that is one of the things that happened a few months ago when, you know, it was DDoS was being thrown around as the reason for this by a number of people. So that's the only thing that makes me want to say, like, yeah, it could very possibly well be a DDoS attack. However, I think that somebody might have just thrown out, like, DDoS and everybody ran with it, because launch date issues are an absolute normal thing. And it would be stupid to expect otherwise. And I totally understand the expecting otherwise, because, you know, you pay attention to a game the second it's announced. You know, they start putting out content, they start giving you these ideas of everything that it's going to offer you, all of the things that you can do with it, and you're like, oh man, fuck yeah, I can't wait to play that. And you get ready, you take time off of work so you could go get it at midnight and all this stuff, every single game, every single multiplayer, and then you get on it, and you got bugs, and you got server lag, and you got issues, and it's never, ever as awesome as you expect it to be day one. So, I mean, it's not an unusual thing. I can't really say yay or nay. Like I said, I didn't experience any of these. I slept through it. I was asleep. I had stuff to do. I don't know. Do I think it's inconvenient? Absolutely. You know, all these people, they've been waiting. They took time off from work for this. And anyone who works full, like, 40-hour weeks, 40-plus hour weeks, knows just how precious their time off is, their couple of days off a week. So, you know, when you have in your head, you're like, man, I'm going to play Warlords of Draenor for the next 2 days uninterrupted, no problems, everyone's going to leave me the fuck alone, and then you get on and you get kicked off over and over and again, and you can't complete your quests like you want to, you can't do anything. I would be upset, and yes, I do think that people who play the game have a right to know what the issue is. Demanding it, maybe no. I think it's something that should be offered. I think that entitlement within the industry is definitely getting out of control. However, I don't know. I don't think that like I said, I don't think it needs to be demanded. And I don't think anyone has a right to demand it. I definitely think it's something that should be offered. As consumers, you know, be like, hey, listen, I know that you paid all of this money for this game, and you probably took time off of work, and you were ready to get going on your garrison and all this stuff. This is why it is an issue. Like, this is why we're having an issue right now. We're gonna fix it, we're gonna take care of it, we're gonna do what we can as soon as we can, and that's it. I don't think excuses need to be made. Just basically a quick acknowledgement that, you know, things are screwed up and we're gonna take care of it. That's, I think, all that needs to be done, and that is the responsibility of, you know, developers and the publishers, basically the people who run the shit. Let's see, what else did he say? Do we give them the benefit of the doubt? I don't think we're really in a position to say otherwise. I mean, unless somebody comes out and says, like, no, it wasn't actually like a DDoS attack, who are we to say what's truth and what's not? So do we give them the benefit of the doubt? We kind of have to. But yeah, so that is my take, Gil, on your conversation, or on your discussion rather, and I think it actually is a really good discussion to have, especially as the entitlement grows in the industry, and it is definitely something, if it is just an excuse, as it is, or if it is just like a kind of carpet they're hiding under, as I guess developers to explain their issues instead of just like manning up and saying that it is what it is, then I think that is cowardly. I think a lot of people, look, it's cold already. I think a lot of companies are terrified of gamers. Like, if there's anything that Call of Duty did right, it's that they know no matter what the hell they do, people are going to still buy Call of Duty. They're still going to buy Call of Duty. They're still going to play it. They're still going to make stupid micro purchases. No matter what. I mean, 3 games came out to trump Call of Duty, and how many of those are still being played? None, because Call of Duty launched. So people bought it, and people are playing it. They're still going to make micro purchases. They're still going to spend all of their money on it. And they're still going to complain like they do for every Call of Duty. So yeah, I think that companies need to realize that gamers are going to still be gamers at the end of the day. You need to stand up for yourself as artists and as developers, and stand up behind your work. Obviously, there are going to be things that do need to be addressed, proper complaints, and things that need to be fixed. However, the entitlement is solely you making people that way. It's you bending down and catering to the smallest, bitchy, unnecessary complaint, and I'm not going to be a part of that. So, until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. I am She-Devil. Like, subscribe, comment for the Horde!